So what skill do you think that a business will need, or a person that's trying to go into business to start a business today?
Well, I think one of them you hit on earlier is leadership for sure. There are a lot
There
of
we
good
go.
books on
Yeah.
leadership. There's a lot of people you can talk
Hmm.
to about leadership. You should have a mentor, right, that can help you with leadership, and that person should
Yeah.
be a little bit wiser than you, right, that you can learn from. If you're going to have people working for you, or even if you're going to hire a bunch of consultants, right, you
Yeah.
should focus on leadership. If you're going to be the chief, the general, the captain of the ship, whatever you want to call it, you definitely want to make sure your leadership game is good because we talked about it, bad leadership or
Of
bad
course. Yeah.
strategy. Right? Another thing I think that you should really try to work on is you don't need to be the person that's doing all the financials, but you need to have some financial literacy. You need to understand your balance sheet, your
Yeah.
P&L. There's a lot of ways you can make a P&L that will suffice tax needs, but you need to be able to understand that to a degree.
Mm.
Okay. And I think a lot of people, that's why you hear about, especially famous people, they'll find out the manager ran out for the money, right? Because they weren't looking at and didn't understand their finances, right? And those
Yeah.
people, those entertainers, they're a business within themselves, right?
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
so leadership, some type of financial literacy, you really should try to be good with it. Another thing that I think has been really helpful for me, and everybody not feel this way, but is Excel. I use Excel every day. When I was looking for condos to move into in New York, I had an Excel sheet where I had them all listed. I would encourage everybody to invest time learning Excel. And here's the crazy thing is when you ask any Excel expert, and I am an Excel expert, how they
Yeah.
learn Excel, they will all tell you the same thing. I taught myself.
That's true.
And you can just go on and find Google videos of how to do different things in Excel.
Yeah.
And you can use those spreadsheets to do project planning. You can use those spreadsheets to do your P&L, to do financial statements. You can use those spreadsheets to line up tasks. You can use those spreadsheets to just take notes. Like when I go
Yeah.
into a meeting with the client, so you go into a meeting with the client and let's say three or four, everybody kind of have different roles, right? There's a
Yeah.
talker and a leader, right? There's a person
Hmm.
who's there that really should be there to be the no man. That like if the client wants something you guys don't want to give, he can tap in and say, we can't do that, right? There should
Yeah.
be somebody there for the personality and the bubbliness, and they're there to kind of manage that relationship. And
True.
somebody's got to be there taking notes, right?
True. True.
So
True.
generally speaking, I'm not in a position to take. I don't take notes, but there are times when we could be in meetings and I could look around and realize nobody's taking notes. If I take notes for a client meeting, I'm always pretty much taking them in Excel. So
That's
that's
awesome.
another
That's
thing.
awesome.
So those three things, I would say leadership, financial literacy, and I would invest in a skill, like a tactical skill such as Excel.